who brought you RuPaul's Drag Race and $1 Million Listing. This is World of Wonders Wow Report. Things that make us go wow.
Well, hello everyone. Thanks for joining us to a very special edition of the Wow Report. I'm Fenton Bailey, co-founder of World of Wonder, here with Tom Campbell.
Hello, Fenton.
Hi. And no Jaymes St. James this week, alas. But we have a very special... We're not worthy, really. Who do we have? Michelle Visage.
Welcome to my boobs.
Who needs no introduction. And we're also very excited to welcome today Alexis Michelle.
The other Michelle.
Where are we?
Yes, the other Michelle sister.
Hi, girl. So we are on the pink carpet.
The giant pink carpet.
Yes.
RuPaul's DragCon, New York City. We are within moments of opening the show.
Yes.
It's a hive of activity, people buzzing around. But because it's New York, we wanted to talk to you, Alexis, about New York, back in the day, you know, where we all come from. Well, me and Randy come from New York in the 80s. We're dinosaurs. Michelle, you have a little history too, I guess.
Yes, I do. Thank you. I'm Triceratops.
As the guy who's not from New York, I have to say that you are back to your roots.
Yeah.
That and I know this because I just got my hair cut and my beard trimmed at a fellow barber shop at Chelsea Market, and the guy's cutting my hair, and I'm like, I'm going to DragCon. I couldn't tell if he was gay or straight, and he's like, oh, that came up on my Instagram feed. I'm like, okay, he's gay. And then he's like in RuPaul's DragCon. He goes, RuPaul, I used to see him in the club all day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you know Jaymes St. James? He's like, yes, Jaymes used to run the door at the Limelight.
Oh my God.
And then it took him a while, but he remembered Kenny, and I told him about the Party Monster documentary. So you guys are living legends, and you're back on your home turf. I just had to say that.
Aww.
Everywhere you go.
Well, Michelle, how does it feel for you to be back?
You know, every time I come to New York City, a little piece of me dies inside because let me tell you why.
Is that a
Because
good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing.
Is it
because-
fat? Is it like cool sculpting?
I could talk about my journey there.
Just the fat deposit.
This is just my favorite place in the whole entire world. And the piece of me dies is the piece of me that has to leave every time.
Oh.
And obviously the work and my career and everything is in Los Angeles and London. But my home and my heart and soul is in this city. It will always be in this city.
Well, you are on the verge of departing for London, are you not?
I am indeed.
And why might you be going there?
In 2 days, I will be starring in a little musical on the West End called Everybody's Talking About Jaymes.
Congratulations!
You
I
will be
know,
on
right?
stage performing it in 2 days?
No, God, no.
I was saying, should we be rehearsing right now? Should we be wedding live?
She knows all the
Don't
lines.
kill me, Tom. No, not yet. I debut on October 18th. 18th October, yes.
Amazing.
Thanks, Alexis.
Very good.
You appreciate that.
Yes, I do. My theater sister.
Yeah.
And you're Alexis Michelle, RuPaul's Drag Race contestant, known as Subway Fish, New York Subway Fish. Am I right?
Yes, I am departing from that.
Good girl.
That vocabulary.
Never as long as I know you. You'll always be New York Subway Fish to
I
me.
always will to you. Absolutely. No, I mean, what I've always said about New York is, well, when I was a kid, I said, I'll never live anywhere else. I couldn't possibly. And in my travels, which are really because of all of you and the opportunities I've had, I've definitely found that I could live somewhere else.
Where would that be?
There are several other places that
Okay.
I love, like you, Michelle. I love the UK.
Yes.
Obsessed with the
Oh,
UK.
you are insane. It's rainy. It's cold.
Have you
it's
looked
damp.
outside,
But
Brendan?
it's so lush and green.
Yeah.
This countryside is so beautiful. I want to live somewhere where I can grow vegetables.
New Jersey.
You know what? Honestly, girl, I'm not above it.
No,
I
Jersey's
used
amazing.
to, New Jersey,
No.
but like now, I would love to have a place. Just a subtle little place right off the interstate, where I could have a little bit of quiet but be adjacent to the hubbub of the
Right.
city.
You want to be within striking distance of a city.
Well,
Nice.
you know, you
Do
have
you have to
be
say
able.
striking distance Brendan, with this maniac in office? For God's sake.
I want to ask a question because I'm with a bunch of native New Yorkers or New Yorkers from a young age. Think of something, a place that isn't anymore that helped sort of define your early New York
I'll
days.
tell you one thing. I can jump in here. Gabriel Rotello's apartment used to be on this very site.
Wow.
The Jacob Javits Center was demolished. They demolished his apartment, and he had a loft here on the west side, and that's where we used to go to rehearse for his Downtown Dukes and Divas shows.
Wow.
And so
You could be in his apartment right now.
Probably are. Yeah.
For me, it would be
Exactly.
the Christopher Street Piers because that's where I was fully educated every single night. So the nights that we would go, that I would see Rue and we'd go to the Copa and go to Bentley's and go to wherever, the first stop and the last stop, even after Florence and around the clock after we ate, would always be the Piers. So for me, the Piers was a home away from home.
What was the scene at the Piers? Because I think of Piers as cruising trade.
Well, that too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So that was there, and there were lots of kids getting dropped off and picked up by trade. But there was also voguing constantly every single night on the piers.
Wow.
There was, my education happened from the people that were there, from the queer kids. There were trans women who trans wasn't even a word at that time.
Right.
And Marsha P. Johnson was there, and
So
all
this
the
is
kids.
like the Paris is Burning era, right?
100%.
The Pose era.
It would be 1987 for me till about 1992.
Wow.
And that's when the music career took off, so I was traveling. But those were my formative years.
And Alexis, do you have peer stories to share?
She's a little bit younger than us, guys.
But I do have peer stories, Michelle.
Do you?
But I will refrain from the peer stories. No, but what still trips me out is to walk up or down 6th Avenue and see the beautiful Limelight Church is like a shopping mall now.
Right.
That is so weird when you think about the things that we used to do there.
Because that was a big club, right?
Yeah, it was legendary and
AKA the Slime Light.
Oh.
That's
And
where
what
George
did
met
you
Rue.
used to do there? I mean, what did you used to do?
I mean, I wasn't like turning club kid looks because I was busy in theater class, but I definitely did go dancing at Limelight and Tunnel before they wrapped up. And these are just like the weekly parties that everybody went and twirled at.
Club USA, Palladium.
Oh, right,
remember?
in Times Square.
Yeah.
What has happened to the tunnel? Like, it's just boarded up, or it's empty? Is it an office?
Well, it moved. It had different locations. I don't know what's up at the last location I used to go dance at. I haven't been round.
The first time I came to New York, I was 18 in college. I had a Manhattan roommate. He brought me. I saw Dreamgirls for the first time. My first Broadway show was Dreamgirls.
So wait a minute, with the original cast?
Yes.
I saw it with the original cast?
That's a great first
I
Broadway
went
show.
with Girl Scouts, so that's
Here's
the difference in age.
a landmark that I remember, and tell me if I'm crazy. At 42nd Street, before Disney took it over, there was a Howard Johnson's.
Yep, Hojo's.
yeah.
And
Yep.
above the Howard Johnson's was the Gaiety,
Yes.
which was a strip club. And so on top of the Howard Johnson's in plain sight were like pictures of like go-go boys.
Yes.
Yes.
And I didn't even go to the Gaiety until years later. But I remember driving by in a cab like, I think I was with my straight roommates not out yet. I'm like, wow.
Did you take
New
a
York,
mental
New York.
note?
Yes.
Must go to Howard Johnson's.
Yes.
Jones. And 2 blocks up from there was Colony Records.
Yes.
Where you could go and get any cast recording.
Isn't it still there?
It's gone.
When
And
did it go?
Several years ago.
Okay.
And you would get all your sheet music there. And
Yes.
that,
I've been there.
for the theater folk, that was
Probably
another
the
place.
giant M&M store now.
Wasn't
or
there
something.
like wasn't there like a saying like Colony Records, I found it or you found it? It had like a tagline.
Yes, Eureka.
Everything. Everything was there. Yeah.
Now, the Gaiety, I don't believe I ever went to the Gaiety, the actual location.
Really?
But here's...
Me neither.
But here's...
I performed there.
here's
I have definitely been to the Gaiety. Sorry,
You were the
go Ben.
middler of the Gaiety.
I was.
But Trey Spiegel, who writes on the Wow Report, he used to organize these bad boy parties, and he would go to the Getty and get all the guys, and they would come to Danceteria and the Pyramid Club, and they would strip there. So
Yeah.
you didn't have to go to the Getty.
True.
You could just get
nice.
But the sticky floor brings back so many memories.
You didn't
My
go to the
childhood.
Gaiety. The Gaiety went to you.
Well, maybe this is a good
True.
segue. Alexis, what vegetables do you wish to grow?
I would love.
I
I would love to grow tomatoes
Jersey.
and zucchini, also good on the shore.
Yeah.
But I will say, for the time I've spent in California, it would be really swell to be able to grow avocados and citrus, which is more of a California crop.
Yes. Indeed.
I'll just have to be truly bi-coastal, that's all.
You have to be bi.
Fenton, do you know there was 40,000 people at the last DragCon in
Yes.
LA?
Yes,
Is there any estimates about who's about to burst through the store?
About
127,000.
50, right, 1 million people.
Yes.
New York's
World of Wonder
finest.
hyperbole.
I'm excited
1 million.
about DragCon New York City this year because, look, there's an almost naked man standing on the pink carpet.
But it's family friendly here. It's family friendly.
Because
body shame.
we got more space. So last year it was a little there was congestion in Charisma Alley or
Yes.
Glamazon Boulevard.
In Los Angeles?
It was
Or
like
Stacy Lane.
yes
Boulevard.
So I think we can have free cruising.
Yeah.
or something of that nature.
This is my first time at New York DragCon. I
Yeah.
wasn't here last year. It's
Really?
amazing. Every year, not that it wasn't always amazing, it looks so professional. It looks like it's always been here, like it's a village that
This
I want
happens
to
every week.
stay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, is this only our second time here?
The
Yeah,
second
in
New
New
York
It
one.
feels like we've done it loads.
Well, my loves, I'm going to excuse myself because
Okay.
as you can see, I don't have a face on yet.
Wait a
and
minute, I thought this
people-
was your new look.
This
your
is
new
the new
beat.
look. It's close.
But her brows
Just
are
a
glued.
little
We
lipstick
are
and you're ready to go.
That's right. We are serving a concept, so come check it out. Booth
Okay.
1310, all right?
1310 to see Alexis Michelle. Thank you, honey.
Always great to see you.
Bye.
Love you.
All right, so we got to take a quick break, and
Okay.
we'll be right back with more fabulous guests on the Wow Report here on Radio Andy Sirius
From the
XM.
floor of RuPaul's DragCon
You know,
NYC.
How can I forget that bit? We are on the pink carpet on the floor of RuPaul's DragCon New York City.
On the labia carpet.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.
You're listening to World of Wonders Wow Report. Things that make us go wow.
And joining us now, I see
Come on
Serena
in, baby.
ChaCha.
Serena
Drag
ChaCha.
Race
Hey.
legend.
Serena ChaCha herself.
Serena, have you been to many drag cons prior to this?
Oh my God, this is my 4th year doing DragCon.
God
It's
bless
like our
you.
retail space once in a year.
What do you have planned? You're not in drag now. Will you be in drag?
Yes, I will be in drag tomorrow. We saved her for tomorrow because she likes to sell her wigs while she's in drag.
So she's gonna reborn Serena ChaCha. She left the show and she's been doing drag, but really reborn as like the wig stylist. People go to Serena ChaCha for hair.
Money, honey.
Yes.
A to the men. So the wigs are custom crafted, and we have a lot of new pieces here. So we're looking to give the queens the best advice from a queen herself. You
May I
know,
ask you, what is like a trend or two? What's the hottest thing in wigs right now?
the hottest trend in wigs right now is the ponytails, and you can check them out at booth 1211. The ponytails, we've
Sell
seen them
that
in all
shit.
celebrities. We've
Yeah.
seen them in Ciara. Ariana Grande has worn them. J-Lo has worn them. So the queens are looking for these ponytails.
The lace front ponytails.
A lace from ponytail. Thank you, Mama
Is it the
Michelle.
top ponytail?
It is a top ponytail.
And do you
yes.
call that a top tail? Does it have a special? Does it have its own name?
What about the bottom
It
top?
needs a name.
It's actually very versatile. Not only does it have a top, but it also has a long bottom too.
Oh, yes.
Because, you know, RuPaul is a big fan, if you follow him on Instagram, of the side ponytail,
Yeah.
of the Chrissy Snow, Suzanne Summers,
The double.
Three's Company.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have any side ponytails? Is that an option?
We've crafted a few of them, but right now the top one is the one that's really trending. I think because for a queen, it's big enough in the back, but it's away from their face, so you
makes
can
sense.
walk in them,
but it's
dance
quite
in
a
them.
severe
There's
look,
so much
isn't
you can
it?
do.
Potentially severe because it pulls.
It's not easy to do, Fenton. That's a good question.
Yes, you're right.
Michelle, couldn't we just clip one on right now?
Yeah,
right
you
here?
could. You could just clip it on my head. That's the top of my. I have a bun that's clipped on, so don't worry.
Yeah, that lace base, I don't even know where you can get
no,
it. I've
baby,
done
you
enough
can't see
research.
it. You can't see it.
So how do people, because this is going to be airing after DragCon happens, how do people find your wig?
So they can actually find it at beautyisTalented.com is our
Beauty
online
is
store.
talented?
BeautyisTalented.com.
Okay.
Or you can simply follow me at myron.morgan. And actually, if you check this out, we have daily updates with our wigs there. And we just posted a picture with Cardi B last night. We ran into her right off the streets of Manhattan. So
Burying the lead, you ran into
DragCon.
Cardi B. Let me see
Just-
your eyes.
just
Are
Did
you
it
okay?
hurt?
before
Are you
DragCon
okay?
even started. Yeah, but I was like, who is this girl wearing a wig from the other side of the road? And then my best friend Christian, who's there with me, is like, that's Cardi B. I was like, no, it's not. That's Cardi B. So we crossed all the way over. She was amazing. She actually took the time to take a picture with us, and it wasn't even a meet and greet.
Where were you?
We were literally off of 59th Street, exiting DragCon. So
Just
it's gonna
on
be
the
a
That's the
big
great
event.
thing about New York. There are the real celebrities truly just walking around
Walking
on
amongst
the street,
us,
walking
Fenton.
amongst us.
Yes.
Thank you,
Dressed up
yes.
from head to toe. 'Cause
Yes.
she's- oh my God.
Now, I don't want to get you
Just
into
flawless.
trouble. I'm lying. But the Cardi B, Nicki Minaj controversy.
Scuffle.
Do you have a point of view? Are you coming down on one side or the other?
Well, you know what? I do have to say that they're both really beautiful girls,
Yeah.
and they both wear wigs. I
Yeah.
couldn't choose a favorite. I love them
They're
both.
both
Why
drag
are they
queens.
fighting?
They really both are.
It
Yeah.
does seem like they should get together and make it work, and they could rule the world. They
I-
do rule the world.
They could.
I predict that will happen at some point.
I believe you should befriend your competition.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Michelle, do you think you and Ross Matthews could put that to use?
Absolutely not.
oh my God.
Not ever. How dare you even bring that up?
That name.
You better watch out. He's going to get hit with a sneaker.
I know he better don't.
Now, not only drag queens buy your hair, right? Buy your wigs. So what do you like? What are your customers like these days? How do you see it changing in terms of people who are buying wigs and using?
Let me tell you
hair
something.
pieces?
I think that my queens really direct the work we are crafting. We're just the executioners. We give them the best advice, but at the end, they're the ones that create these looks that other queens start seeing and they start copying them or they want to look
Yeah.
like them. Yeah, I've taken sort of a break to really master the craft, and that's what I've learned, being the girl behind the chair, styling and making these queens come together. But it's really their vision. We're just the executioners.
Do you work with humanoid, or synthetic? What's your
Synthetic,
favorite?
both actually. We blend both of them, but we do prefer synthetic because it lasts longer and it's less maintenance.
I've
easier
never
to
heard
take
of
care of.
blending before. Have you heard of blending?
You
Yes.
can blend. You can, and there's Futura, which a lot of hairdressers like. I tend to use more Futura because you could. It's synthetic, but you could curl it
Heat
and straighten it and
resistant.
all that stuff. Yes.
All right,
There's
now
so much you could do.
I have to ask, selfishly, what can you do for me? For those of you watching,
Oh,
I'm a bald man
He's
with a
bald.
beard.
I think
Yes.
you can find the answer at booth 1211. But I do have a question, if I may, and
Go
this
on.
has been pondering as soon as I was walking up. You guys are seeing us, and Mother Michelle, you dictate
Make sure you talk into your mic,
lot
I'm
of-
sorry.
a lot of what we do. Being that I've taken a break to really master my craft and coming back up, what is the best advice you guys can give to a girl to be looked at for All Stars like me, who's been in previous seasons?
You're the producers.
Yeah.
I think appearing on this radio show is a very good start.
Thank you, Karen, by the way.
There are like almost, I think with the season that's coming, there's 140 queens. And we don't forget any of you, but it's always good. And World of
Absolutely.
Wonder is always there. We have Wow Presents Plus. We have the YouTube channel. Do you get to LA very often?
I don't, but if you invite me, I'll come more often. We
Well-
come once a year for DragCon. It's our main
Yeah.
event right now.
Well, maybe when he comes, you can do some of the hair shows for Wow Presents.
Yes, you need to talk to Theron, and we need to figure out something
That would
because
be amazing. Thank you so much.
The World of Wonder, we're only so many people, but we love the phenomenon of the queens that RuPaul's Drag Race has happened, and I love that you have a separate business. Alyssa Edwards with her dance company is now having a Netflix show that's called Dancing Queen.
Yep.
God,
That's
we
about her
saw-
drag life and her life as a
Dance mom.
Dance
It's
mom.
amazing. Yeah.
So we love the queens. We love the queens who are just queens, and we love the queens who have talents and businesses and are entrepreneurial. Because Miss RuPaul, she has a few things going
I've
as
heard
well.
of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the lesson that
Entrepreneurship.
comes out of that is it's just about
Dragpreneurship.
just carry on. It's just
Thank you
stick
so
with
much.
it. You stick with it. And there's so many people not give up, but just go away.
I
I
just
say-
thought of sending some custom
If you
wigs
stick
your
around
way
long
to the
enough-
office.
Yes.
If
I
you
say-
stick around long enough, everybody else will die.
That's it.
So that's all you have to do.
Continue to
else is
grow,
there.
continue to stay hungry,
Yes.
and continue to just serve your art.
Look at Fenton. He went from Gabriel Rotello's studio apartment
Right.
to
To the pink
Javits
carpet.
Center, and he never had to move.
But
Right.
I'm going to come
Man,
visit your
that's
booth.
amazing.
Because I
Yes.
lost all my, I need some hair help too, I think.
Well,
Yes, I
Serena's
want you
the
to stop
place
by
to
the
do
booth,
it.
please.
And I'm going to give you my email, and you probably have Theron's email.
Yes.
So we should talk about doing some stuff.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Alrighty, well,
You guys
thanks for
have
joining
whatever you
us.
need. Thank
You're
you so
listening
much.
to the Wow
Thanks,
Report on
Serena.
Radio Andy, SiriusXM. We'll be right back after the break.
Thank you.
Coming to you live-ish from the pink carpet at RuPaul's DragCon NYC.
Come right back.
You're listening to World of Wonders Wow Report. Things that make us go wow.
All right, welcome back to the Wow Report. We are coming to you sort of live from the pink carpet of RuPaul's DragCon NYC.
At
we
the
are,
Javits Center.
Yes, that's
This is
right.
major. I've never been to DragCon in New York, and I am very
Really?
impressed. No, I wasn't here last
yeah.
year. It's only the second time.
James St. James is not here, but we
James,
have
No.
the
We love you and miss
gorgeous,
you.
lovely, irrepressible Michelle Visage, who's just celebrated a very special birthday.
Oh my God, I'm 50, you guys.
50 and fucking fabulous.
Oh,
for
I
me,
love
so
you,
sorry.
Fenton, so much.
And I'm very excited now to welcome Jaymes Mansfield.
Jaymes
Come on
Mansfield.
over, James. Oh boy, they're coming to take her.
Attention, Michelle Visage has cataracts.
Yes.
Repeat, Michelle Visage has cataracts.
It's not true. Don't believe the tabloids.
James comes in full drag,
Yes.
a beautiful aquamarine fishtail dress.
Turquoise.
And a pink.
I resemble that of Mark. This is not drag for me.
No.
Oh, no?
No,
This
this
is
is
just.
how I
James, you
wake
have
up.
to talk right
She's
into
the
the
woman.
mic.
Oh, thank you.
that's sort
Strong
of-
armed that one, Michelle.
That's me.
Your booby bib's getting in the way, but you need to talk into the
So
mic.
is mine.
And you have your pink megaphone, which is really.
Yes, it's my secret weapon this year.
How many drag cons does this make for you, James?
This is my third. Yeah, I did LA, then New York, then skipped LA. Now I'm here again.
I love
Yay.
it. What's your favorite thing about DragCon?
Meeting all the lovely little gay people, especially the wee ones.
Yeah.
They're
Not the
little
ones with
kids.
wee-wees. She's talking about little.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because older gays sometimes wee as well.
Yes,
you
yeah,
know
that's
what I'm saying?
why,
There's
yeah.
adult diapers for
But
them.
we have sectioned off places for that here.
Yes, we do. We do and we have.
And James, what's your favorite thing about New York City?
My favorite thing about New York City is everyone's lovely attitude. Everyone is so friendly and nice here, especially cab drivers.
You are mistaken.
Am I feeling some sarcasm?
Just a little bit.
Never. A lady is never sarcastic.
Well,
When did you? Now, where do you live?
Where do I live?
Yes.
You guys know me so well. I
No,
feel
are
like
you
an
still-
old family here.
No.
No, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
But you're still
we
there.
have 5,000 queens. We can't remember where they're
And,
all.
and
Yeah, but I was
sometimes
number
people,
one, so that's
sometimes
what
people
matters.
move, James. I
Yes.
thought maybe you had moved
You
on
still
us.
in Milwaukee?
Yes, I'm still in Milwaukee because it's cheap to live there.
Yeah.
I can't move to LA. I'm not rich.
No.
What is the drag scene like in Milwaukee?
Well-
and is it a gay-friendly
Well,
place
it's
to live?
milking
We
time.
can ask Laverne and Shirley.
I always say it's desolate and war-torn like Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, Milwaukee's a great city. It's just cold.
It is cold.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they're having barbecues right now. It's freezing here, so I kind of wish I was there right now.
Now, you arrived in New York when?
I arrived here yesterday night.
Yes, and you're staying where?
I'm staying in Brooklyn.
Ooh,
very
edgy.
hip, very
Yeah,
hip.
I'm living life on the edge, decadence.
Wow. Why Brooklyn? Why not Manhattan?
Because Brooklyn is where all the artistic people are, and
It
people
is.
walk around there with no underwear on. It's amazing.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
That's true. I understand it now. Thank you. Not like Milwaukee.
Brooklyn is a commando part of town? Is that what I'm...
I mean, I just don't think they can afford underwear.
Oh.
New York is expensive.
It's expensive.
That explains Thorgy Thor and Pearl,
She
right?
can't
'Cause
afford
that's where they're
underwear,
from.
razors. That's why her legs are so hairy. It's
James,
true.
how do you
likes it.
attack DragCon? Because some people get booths, some people just come and watch, some people do panels. What's your participation?
Slander campaigns. That's why I
So
brought
far,
the
so
megaphone.
good.
Good.
Bob the drag queen has bed bugs.
Everyone knows that.
Uh-huh. That's the truth. So this is your fourth one. And when you come here, do you have lots of merch? Are you selling out? What are you doing?
I sold out the second I signed on for Drag Race.
Oh, my God, that's
My
great.
integrity is gone.
Oh, good.
Everything about me is for sale. You could have this wig right now if you wanted it.
I'm going to pass.
Well, you could use one.
I could use the wig. The wig could be good for
Fenton
me.
would like the
Thank
wig.
you.
You'd look lovely in blonde hair.
Thank you.
RuPaul's DragCon is one of the gayest places on earth, and we'll never get a straight answer from Jaymes Mansfield.
No,
Thank you very much.
that's her
Thank you.
thing. That's her
Thank
thing.
you, James, and have a
Swag.
wonderful
We hope you sell all
DragCon.
your merch, Jaymes Mansfield.
Yes.
And of course, people can see you on your YouTube channel,
Yes.
James with a Y.
James with a Y.
Yes.
Mansfield, but like not the dead one, the living one. That's me.
Yes. Correct.
God.
Thank you, my darling.
Thank
No.
you, sweethearts.
Great to see you. Yell something.
All right. Everyone.
He's walking away with his megaphone. I pray for people who run into Jaymes Mansfield at DragCon
Yeah, but you know what?
NYC.
The thing about these queens that do characters, like, there's queens that kind of stay the same voice, same thing, same everything in drag.
Yeah.
She's not leaving.
And no, she's coming back to get her bag.
Uh-oh.
Get your bag. Watch your boobies. Okay, they're fine. And then there's the queens that stay in character all the time. So you got James, you got like Ben de la Creme,
Right.
Jinx. There's certain ones that are always on when they're in drag, and I kind of love that method drag.
Right. What do you
Method
think?
drag, method drag.
Method
I love
drag,
that. That's
yeah.
a new,
The new
yes.
term. We've just coined it here on the pink carpet.
And Michelle, what do you think of Ross Matthews?
Well, method judging just
Phony.
just work.
Phony. So
I
I
love
want to ask,
him.
you guys are used to this, and I just want to, we keep talking New York's our theme. We're here at NYC in the back room. But, Fenton, how did you meet RuPaul? What's the roots of the first New York Randy and Fenton World of Wonder RuPaul
Do you
meeting?
remember?
Well, it's weird because, yes, I do remember, but there's 3 different stories.
I was
and
like,
at this
kind of
point, I
folklore,
couldn't tell
yeah.
you which one is true.
It's
because
like the Bible, the Quran, and something else.
the
There's
Torah.
all there's all these different
Give us the
beginning
Fenton
stories.
version.
I'll show
Yes.
you one New York one, though, because it was at the New Music Seminar, which was a new music convention in the 80s. And we were at the Marriott Hotel in Times Square that had just opened. And it was amazing. It was one of those like mega atrium hotels with
escalators,
with those
and elevators.
Elevators that are like little
Like
bullets.
Wait a minute, what
size
year
by
was this?
bullets. This 1980.
Are you sure it was the 80s?
5. Yes, definitely the 80s.
Okay,
3, 4,
okay.
5.
Because I did that with him in '92.
I want to say 86.
Okay.
And RuPaul had, here's what I remember. He was wearing a jockstrap,
Okay, definitely not the year. that I
thigh-high wader boots,
Yeah.
nothing else apart from a pair of football shoulder pads with shredded bin liners.
Okay.
And he was waving,
Garbage
had
bags
a
to Americans.
fright wig, a ratty fright wig, and he was waving something above his head. Now, I want to say it was the Star Booty album, which we produced. So that's not possible because I hadn't met him yet.
Correct.
Right.
I think it was a Wee Wee Pole album And he was determined to get a record contract. And he had come to New York wearing practically nothing but a wig and a dream and a pair of
So he didn't live
waiter
here yet.
boots.
He came from Atlanta.
That's right. That's right. And he was saying, everybody say, I mean, in many respects, Ru was fully baked then as today.
Fully formed.
But I suppose the look has evolved. It's a
Better
little
wigs.
more. It's a little, that was
And less jock straps.
And better boots.
that was fright drag. You know, that was like what do they call it?
That was
Gender fuck.
androgyny,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
gender fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It caught your attention. Well, anyone 6'5" and that gorgeous. What
Wow.
were you doing at the New Music Fair?
Also trying to pursue new music seminar.
Tricking.
I'm sorry.
Seminar just made it seem a little more
Official.
highfalutin.
Yes, I should bring a notebook.
I was trying to get a record contract too.
Were
Randy and
you?
I,
As the
yes,
Pop-Tarts?
the Pop-Tarts, the
Okay.
fabulous
Don't
Pop-Tarts.
gloss
Yes.
over the Pop-Tarts. They deserve a lot
We
of
were the
explanation.
Pop-Tarts. Well, all I can
New
say
York
is that,
City beat.
yeah, thank you, and thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much for covering that.
Oh,
with
you
Ru.
are
It made me a
welcome.
little verklempt when I heard
did
that.
it?
Yeah,
We enjoyed
yes.
it. Yeah.
You know, we were the Pop-Tarts,
Now
but
available
then
on iTunes.
we weren't really succeeding musically. So we thought if we added the word fabulous, it would have some kind of transformative.
Put some frosting on it.
Yes.
You know what?
Randy, speaking of the Fabulous Pop-Tart, Randy
Randy,
Barbato.
we have a
Randy,
question. Come here.
join us. Thank God.
I know you don't have a lot of time.
Randy's very
but
busy.
this has to do with the fabulous Pop-Tarts.
We are celebrating everything about New York and our past and our
Yes.
history, and we were just talking about meeting RuPaul
For
at
the
the
first
New
time.
Music
Because
Seminar.
there's
and
three
we were
different
just starting to
stories.
talk about the Fabulous
That's
Pop-Tarts.
funny because I was just over at the Fabulous Pop-Tart booth, and I picked up some merch. and-
Strawberry.
Yeah. Isn't this amazing?
Yes.
You guys have already talked about this, right?
Well, we haven't. I keep on forgetting to mention that we are on the pink carpet at RuPaul's DragCon NYC.
Well, we've mentioned it about 20 times.
First
but
impressions, Randy.
he hasn't
But our
forgotten.
viewers only listen for like a minute, and then they park their cars and scratch their
There's
ears.
the ADD thing. But
Yeah.
do you remember your first time meeting Ru? Is it different to Fenton's story?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got a different story. Fenton's story is in Atlanta painting a
No, I told a
poster.
different
Oh, you
story.
changed
Music
it.
seminar.
I
We
changed
said
it.
there's
Yeah.
3 origin stories. We heard one.
I'll go with the New Music Seminar.
Right.
Which, by the way, the
disappointing.
New Music Seminar is a big inspiration for DragCon, wouldn't you say?
It was.
Yeah, sure.
Because we used to hang out. It was at the Marriott Marquis. I'm repeating everything you guys
Yeah,
have already
that's right.
said.
The atrium.
But the great thing about the Marriott Marquis was they had those glass elevators.
Yes, I
Did you already
talked about
say
the
all this?
elevators.
Oh my
That's
God.
true.
Tish and Snooki, you said all this already?
Not Tish and Snooki.
No.
We used to just go up and down in the glass elevators. Like, that's what we, doing that for like 15 or 20
It
minutes.
was a simpler time. There was no Instagram story.
No, there was-
that's
you
all
had
you
to have
did.
your
There was no
fun
cell
in an
phone.
By the way,
elevator.
we weren't busy taking pictures to post somewhere.
No.
We were in the moment.
Yes.
Yes.
We
Yes.
were in the moment.
Tasting the lemon.
Yes,
Yes.
darling. Yes.
And then they
I
had
think we
the
were still unhappy though.
Fenton.
Oh,
Yeah.
bringing it down.
Eeyore.
But I will say that my first reconnection with Ru outside of the clubs
Yes.
was at the New Music Seminar
When?
in 1992 when Supermodel was out, and It's Gonna Be a Lovely Day from the Bodyguard track 9 was out.
One
And
of my
we-
favorites.
we did
You
the
by
show.
the pool.
Best-selling album of all
By
time.
the pool.
We did the show
Watch the video,
together.
people.
And Ru and I connected in the green room, and I said, I don't know if you remember me. And he looked at me and said, bitch, not only do I remember you, you're a fucking superstar. And I was looking around like, the only person that's ever said that to me is my mother. Like, it was that moment that I'll never forget.
Well, that's funny because he said the same thing to me. That is one of his. No.
That's his line.
You know what? He
We're the
was
same
right about
place.
both of you.
Marriott Marquis.
And you.
That was
So-
Tommy
Oh, yeah.
Silverman and Monica Lynch, who we just saw this
Yes,
morning.
Tommy Boy.
Who-
It's Tommy
Monica
Boy
Lynch,
Records.
Tommy
Monica,
Boy. Yep.
Tommy Boy, remember?
Yes,
Yeah,
because
of course.
there's a good RuPaul story because Ru had recorded the demo, Supermodel, which Randy and I thought was fantastic, and he had asked us to manage him, and so we sent it out to all the record labels. Every single one was like, nope, nope, nope. In fact, you know how they were. They didn't even bother to get back to you.
Oh, of course.
One day, the
We didn't
phone
have
rang.
email.
It was Monica Lynch from Tommy Boy Records.
She's still redhead?
She's a silver fox now.
Oh,
Yes.
is
She looks hot. She'll be here tomorrow. She's
Let me tell you something.
amazing.
Back
Yeah.
in my day, when I was trying to get a record deal, Monica Lynch was one of the unattainables. She was one of the ones like Russell
Yes.
Simmons. Like, you fought really hard
To get to
to
her.
get to Monica Lynch.
So when she
Yep.
called you back, what'd she
We
say?
thought it was a joke. We thought it wasn't
You
her.
hung up on her.
You're like, yeah, right. Monica
Wow.
Lynch and Tommy Boy Records. No, don't think so. But it was.
And didn't we did some weird story about women in power, and we used Tyra Banks as the. Do you remember that?
Right. Yes.
I feel like Tyra Banks was in it and Monica Lynch. Anyway, whatever. You know, the mind gets foggy.
Right, it does. Oh,
The
don't
mind
I
gets
know.
foggy.
But Fenton said before, and giving some advice to Serena ChaCha, just stay in the game. And I've been working with RuPaul and RuPaul's Drag Race for 10 years, which seems like forever in show business years, right? And you guys go back so much further.
Yep.
And to think that you're still together, it's like when I think like, I used to always, my parents had a great, cute how they met story. And it worked because they stayed married. And then I would meet like a guy, and we'd have a cute but then we'd break up after a month, and it's like, oh, I don't have
didn't work.
You guys have legendary connections, and it's so amazing that you're still here, that you're still alive. No, that you're still here, and what you've built, all of you. It's really,
But there's
it's really
also
exciting.
a communication there because you can stay together and shouldn't be together. I think World of Wonder, Randy and Fenton in particular, and Rue, have stayed together because there's a trust, there's an honesty, there's a communication, and I think that's important in every relationship. And this is a marriage.
But I would say that about all of us, because I think we're all very long tail.
Yeah.
We all of us have stayed. I mean, we're still alive. Number one.
God
but number
willing.
two, like when you're even like a little bit outside of the box, all you can do is stay outside of the box and wait for the box to expand.
Yes.
Right.
Wait for the box to come to you.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's what we've done.
And that's
I have said that before. I met Randy and Fenton in Los Angeles when I was an executive of MTV at around 93, 94, and they pitched me a show that was really bad. But
that's right.
But they were so charming. It wasn't a bad pitch. It's that they had an argument with the person they were pitching with in
The
front of me,
host.
which was really hot. But I remember at that time, the way I described them, and it's still
true.
accurate, is like, I was at MTV in '92, like the hottest place on earth.
Was that the TRL days?
And they were. It was before that.
Oh, okay.
And it was like The Real World had just come out. And I was like, they are too left of center for MTV. And over the years, Randy and Fenton have stayed true to themselves and their vision, and the center has moved toward.
And you
them.
know what? Rue had
Boom.
been saying it all along on the podcast, on our podcast, which I might as well pitch.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What's the tea?
What's the
With
tea?
Michelle Visage?
Yeah, available everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, Rue says, after we're getting what we want, because after a while, you stay around long enough and you don't give up, the stick with itness. And then Henry Winkler said the same thing at the Emmys.
Yes.
same thing.
Yeah.
You stay long enough at the table.
We
Got
are
an Emmy
Henry
for
Winkler.
the first time in 40 years, right?
Let me
40 years in the business.
just for one moment, let me segue, because staying around long enough, speaking of that, is this fabulous drag queen that I see over here who's about to come join you guys, because I have to leave because I've got
Yes.
better things to do.
Right, of
but
course.
Ginger Minj,
Yes.
who, by the way, you guys should, she's got some exciting new things happening in her life. And thank God, here's a star who's been a star long before Drag Race.
Yes.
But Drag Race has sort of amplified
Yeah.
it.
Nice,
But
nice word.
finally,
Michelle and her words.
Thank
I
you.
know, you're beautiful.
more long tail stories to tell.
Yeah.
Long
Randy,
tail
that's a great
tales.
tease.
Randy, that was a
I'm
great
gonna
tease.
go now.
Thanks,
Long
Ginger
tail
Minj.
yarn.
Here she comes.
Goodbye,
Randy
Randy.
Barbato,
Ginger
co-founder of World of Wonder.
Thank you.
And we have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we will have the one, the only Ginger Minj
Yes.
here on the pink carpet at RuPaul's DragCon NYC.
It's a very special WoW report.
Very.
is.
It's
Here.
like the Scott Baio after school special.
On Radio Andy, Sirius XM. Don't go away.
You're listening to World of Wonders Wow Report. Things that make us go wow.
And welcome back to the WoW Report. I'm Fenton Bailey, co-founder of World of Wonder, here with the glorious, the inimitable, the indescribable Michelle Visage.
Oh, go on. I thought you were talking about Tom Campbell.
Oh, no, and Tom Campbell.
Yeah, and me. Michelle Visage, for those of you listening and not watching, has a mean eyeglass
I
game.
cannot take my eyes off her.
Vintage,
thank you.
one after another. I thought she could not outdo herself, and yet here at New York's DragCon,
Yes.
unbelievable.
These are current day Gucci.
Are those pearls?
Really?
It's not a pearl necklace.
Yes.
It's sort of a
It's a
pearl
pearl
necklace.
facial.
They are current day Gucci because they have a very fabulous. Actually, the 70s was never that fabulous, was it? It's
But
the,
they
the
are
new.
kind of-
They are right, but the
Yeah.
new 70s, the
Yeah.
now 70s, is so much more excessive
It's
than
the-
the original 70s.
Alessandro's kind of turned the whole house of Gucci around.
It's
and this
amazing.
is one of his creations.
But without
There is a
further
drag
ado,
queen standing on her
Yes.
heels who
Yes.
needs to come join us and take
She's
a
wearing
a
character
rest.
shoes. Don't be
Ladies
too
and gentlemen,
impressed.
please welcome Ginger Minj.
Minj.
Come on over, baby
Giving
doll.
us a mean Edna Turnblatt or Tracy Turnblatt
I'm
kind
Tracy
of.
today.
Yes, that's what I meant. I meant
What 34-year-old man doesn't want to be a
You
16-year-old
look
girl?
gorgeous.
Amen.
You know.
Gorgeous.
I do know.
Thanks. How are
Sparkly,
you?
really good.
Oh,
So
thank
nice
It's
to have
our
you
thing.
here.
It's what we do. Hey,
So, Ginger, at DragCon this year, you are doing a special celebrity makeover. Tell us about that.
I am. I keep calling him Jimmy Coconuts, but his name is Johnny Bananas.
Both are delicious.
They are absolutely delicious. Go pair great with a cocktail.
They do.
No, I haven't actually met him, and I found like in my last couple of celebrity makeovers in LA, that's what really works is that we spend the entire time trying to get to know each other.
Sure.
I met Johnny Bananas I was doing an Emmy panel, something completely unrelated, and he was there, and he said, I love RuPaul's Drag Race. I want to come on the show. And Johnny Bananas has been on MTV's The Challenge. He's a favorite from MTV's The Challenge.
They have to like do physical stuff there,
Yes.
right? I won't
With
be on
his
that
bananas
television
and his
program.
coconuts.
Johnny Bananas revealed that he had done drag once. And I was like, oh my God. And he was very excited to do it again. So I can't wait to see this
I'm very excited to do it.
collaboration.
How
for
do
the
you
first time.
prepare for a makeover? Is it head to toe makeover?
Well, I don't know. I don't mind feet. I'll go towards the toes.
She's a freak.
Do you pull wardrobe? Do you have someone helping you? Do you?
I have no idea. We're just gonna kind of play it by ear.
I
and see
love
what
In
it.
happens.
traditional World of Wonder style.
But you
gonna wing
last
it.
year you made over Jerry O'Connell.
I did, and that was so much fun. But I only put him in the makeup, and then we had a little conversation, and
Okay.
then he was whisked away into wardrobe.
Because
I
you know
think-
I want to ask about tucking, but you're saying no tucking.
Well, Johnny's going to
He
want to
wouldn't
tuck his
allow me
banana.
to tuck him.
Johnny's
No,
going to want to tuck his banana.
Johnny's going to want to tuck his banana.
and the coconut.
Let's talk a minute about your big announcement for Netflix. Let's talk about that.
What?
I have one that I can talk about
Yes.
and one that I can't.
Okay.
Oh,
But they're
talk
both
about
for
the one you
Netflix.
can't
Oh.
talk about.
Well, let's
Yes,
talk about the one
that's
you
the one we're
can
interested
talk
in
about.
now.
So the one I can talk about, Dumpling, it's a movie that I did with Jennifer Aniston, and we filmed it. I left from DragCon New York last year and went straight into filming for it. And spent 2 weeks on set in Atlanta, and it was a wonderful experience. And just
How
kind
was
of
Jennifer?
How is she? She's lovely. She's really, really warm and inviting. Of course, she's Jennifer Aniston, so she's kind of
She's
often
ageless and beautiful.
in her
Oh,
own
she
world.
is.
Don't get too close or the alarms go off.
Well, you can't blame her.
But my first day on set, so it was her and Kathy Najimy, and Kathy Najimy came over to my trailer and knocked on the door, and she was like, "Is this where they have you?" I said, "Yeah, I'm excited to be here." And she goes, No. An hour later, they come whisk me away to a new trailer next to Kathy. This is 3 times the size.
No way.
And then we're sitting there, and she said, "Let's listen to Beyonce. I know you like to do that." So we're listening to Beyonce, and there's a knock on the door, and Jennifer Aniston's standing there with coffee. And she said, "I just wanted to welcome you to our set. We've been very excited in anticipation." It's
How
like-
sweet is that?
And I
What
had
was
to
the
bite
name
my
of the
tongue.
coffee shop on Friends?
Central
Perk.
Was it from Central Perk the coffee?
No, it was from craft services.
Even better.
Even better
Yeah.
and a lot colder.
So
it's easy to drink when it's cold.
an original Netflix movie called Dumpling.
Yes.
And what's it about?
So it's about
Is it a pageant thing?
It is a pageant
Okay.
thing, but it's about a chubby girl who. So it's this little town in Texas, and Jennifer Aniston's character won the pageant. So in this town, you have to either win the pageant or be a football star. And she won the pageant, and it became her life, and she became the chair of the board, and she hosts it every year. Well, her daughter starts to grow up, and she's overweight, and she's not conventionally attractive. So as kind of a way to get back at her mother for the little digs that she gives her, she decides to enter the pageant to embarrass her mother, but along the way inspires a whole ragtag band of misfits who all enter the pageant and do well, and then my character comes into play because I'm kind of like a pageant coach to these babies.
Are you in drag?
Of course.
Of course.
Sometimes I get to appear in and out of drag, and I'm really
that's
excited about
wonderful.
that. Yeah. It's
How-
a great story.
How
It's
did that
based
come
on the number
about?
one book.
How did they find you? I mean,
How did they find me?
how did
Probably
you find out?
Craigslist. Everybody finds me on Craigslist. No, I auditioned. It came across my manager's desk, and he said, "Hey, would you be interested in this?" It started as a 2-line role. I auditioned, and they said, "Hey, by any chance would you happen to be in Atlanta?" I was not near Atlanta, but I said, "Yes, I will be there in the morning."
Smart girl.
Flew out there, met with them, had a great conversation, eventually auditioned for them, and it turned from 2 lines into 2 weeks, and it was a great experience.
That's
Good
awesome.
for you.
The power of yes, to say yes. Are you close? Yes, I am.
I was like, yeah, I gladly. You want me to live there? I'll live there.
The
I'll
power
find
of
an address.
Well, I hope
Yes.
that in Dumpling 2, you are the soul star. You are the lead of
Well,
Dumpling
I said
2.
they need to do a prequel called Chicken.
And
chicken and dumplings.
Oh, delicious.
But Julie
that.
Murphy wrote the book several years ago, and it's been a #1 best-selling hit for a couple years now. So
I can't wait to see it.
I can't wait to see
We're
it
here
either.
at DragCon NYC. In addition to the makeover, is there any other plans? What's your plan to enjoy or sell or be part of DragCon this
Well,
year?
I'd like to sell everything
Yes.
because as CJ and I announced in LA, we've started the process of having our first child.
I'm carrying it.
What?
Just don't drop it on its head.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very
That's
exciting.
why I'm wearing a nice Empire waist this weekend. I'm showing already.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
The
No,
baby
was
bump
quick.
rumors are
Wasn't it?
real.
No, it's been an interesting process to say the least, but it's a lot more expensive than I ever thought it
It's
could
very,
It is.
very, very
be. It's
expensive.
insane, right?
Yes.
Like even to
Worth
do it
every
traditionally.
penny.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. There you
So
go.
I have plenty of T-shirts. I have plenty of buttons and
Good.
pictures. Whatever you want, I have it, and I'll sign it for you.
Support the baby Minj.
That's right.
Baby Minj, I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and may you have a fantastic DragCon.
We
Oh
love
my
you,
God,
Ginger
it's
Minj.
always
We
the
love
best.
you.
I love you
Look
too.
for Ginger Minj on Dumpling. When does it come out? Do you know?
It's comes out, I believe, in December.
On Netflix. Dumpling with Jennifer Aniston, Catherine
And
and
then
Jimmy, and
in
Ginger
November,
Minj.
there's another little
Love
thing coming
her.
out.
Oh,
I'll tell you
fun.
about it later.
Okay, can't wait.
More. All right.
Thanks, Ginger Minj.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Okay, bye. I love you.
I love you too, Dad.
We've got so much more.
Is it a break? That's a break. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna wrap it up.
Oh, that's the end of the whole show?
Yes.
What?
Yes. God, how time flies when you're
Oh my
having
God.
fun.
Oh my God! Can you hear the crowds?
Yeah.
They're with pitchforks and
The
torches.
beasts.
They're ready to
There's the
break in.
beasts.
We've been coming to you just before the opening of RuPaul's DragCon NYC. We've been, it's past tense, but if you want to come to RuPaul's DragCon LA, go to RuPaul'sDragCon.com and
Yes.
find out all about it because that's happening in the spring.
You must. And make sure you binge watch the just released Netflix series Dancing Queen.
Yay!
Starring our very own Alyssa Edwards,
Yay!
streaming now.
Can't wait.
Meanwhile, on Wow Presents Plus, we have the return of how do you say
Yay!
It's UNHHHHH. Trixie, and they used to be called the Trixie and Katya show.
Yes, Trixie Mattel and Katya are returning.
Good.
It's a huge thing.
So subscribe
is.
now on wow-presents.com.
The world's a better place. There's hope.
Yes,
They're back together.
there is.
Thanks
Yes.
for tuning in. Michelle, thank you.
Thank you for having me, boys.
Michelle and James, we love you and we miss you.
We do.
We'll be home soon.
Oh, please, you had me. Stop.
Ross Matthews.
Hey, same time, same place next week. Until then, go out and do something that makes the world go
Wow. Whoa.
Whoa.